Hello everyone, and welcome to this recap from round 3 of the Norway tournament played in Stavanger, Norway. I'm GM Lars Bo Hanseni, Don Corleone here at ICC, and it was really a pleasure to follow this round from Norway. Although we only had one decided game, world champion Magnus Carlsen winning an interesting game against the young Swedish grandmaster Nils Grandelius. It was really an exciting round all around, and we'll take a recap of some of the most important games, starting with the game between Carlsen and Grandelius. And that was really a game that was intriguing in all phases of the game. Although Grandelius made a big mistake pretty early on in the game, there was still a lot of stuff going on. Already from move 2, when Grandelius chose this rare knight f6, the Nimzowitsch variation of the Sicilian, which has long been abandoned, and basically nobody at the highest level is playing that these days. But Grandelius has actually been playing it before. He's played at least 2 games in the last few months. One against Michael Adams at the European Team Championship in Reykjavik in November, and one game in December against Harikrishna, who, by the way, also plays in this tournament. But still, it seemed to have caught Carlsen by surprise, and he spent quite some time in the opening before playing the main line here with e5 and knight c3. And as I said, this is the main line, but it's actually not the chosen move in the 2 other games where Grandelius played this as black. Both Michael Adams and Harikrishna played knight c3. Against Harikrishna, Grandelius simply played d6, and it went into a normal dragon variation. But against Adams, Grandelius played d5 with a very interesting line occurring here, with Adams giving a check here on b5. e5 was played, knight d7, and then a very interesting pawn sacrifice by Adams here with e6, leaving Grandelius with very weak pawns in the center. But one of them is an extra pawn, so although Adams got a lot of pressure in that game, Grandelius managed to draw, and he was apparently ready to continue with this line also in the game against the world champion. But as I said, the world champion plays the main line here: bishop f4, queen b6, and queen c1. And already at this point in time, black has to make some important decisions, because as we talked about in the live broadcast, myself and Christoph Sielecki, black's problem in this line, and why this line has basically been abandoned, is the white pawn on e5, which really constrains black, and typically he will play something like d6 and try to get rid of this annoying pawn on d6. And it seems that black is actually doing quite okay in a position like this. At the very least, he manages to get his pieces out, but he'll be left with some problems with a backwards d6 pawn here that white can put pressure on. But here Grandelius comes up with a really interesting move. He plays the move f6, and I just checked my database. It's not entirely a novelty, but it has only been played very few games, and none of those games went in the direction of the games that we are seeing here. The highest rated game that I could find, white played bishop g3, but then black has a chance to actually force the game into an endgame. White will have to go queen